There's a conversation that almost every family has to have at some point. It's about how we care for our loved ones as they get older. And let's be honest, it's a journey filled with love, for sure, but also a ton of stress. But what if there's another way to look at it? A path that could actually make your family life better for everyone? All right, let's get into it.
First up, I just want you to look at this number, 63%. Right now, it's just a number on a screen. But it represents a quiet crisis that's playing out in homes all across the country right now.
So what is it? Well, get ready for this. A major study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that caregivers who are dealing with significant strain have a 63% higher risk of dying than people who aren't caregivers. Let that sink in. This isn't about just being tired or feeling stressed. This is a life or death statistic, and it means we have to pay attention.
And that shocking number really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today, the modern caregiving dilemma. It's that tricky, precarious space where our love for our family suddenly turns into this incredibly demanding, high-stakes job that, frankly, none of us were ever trained to do.
It makes sense when you think about it, right? As our parents, our grandparents get older, they need more help. It's natural. But at the same time, we're trying to juggle our own jobs, our own kids, our own lives. And this creates this fundamental imbalance, putting this incredible strain on everyone. The caregiver feels totally overwhelmed, and our loved one might start to feel like a burden.
And that strain, it doesn't just stay in one place. It starts to build, and it seeps into every single corner of family life. Because the cost of caregiving is so much more than just the hours you put in.
I saw this one line in a research paper that it stopped me in my tracks. One disabled person, whole family unbalanced. That single sentence just perfectly captures that huge ripple effect that this kind of intensive caregiving has on the entire family system. Let's break that down, because it hits you from all sides. First, the money. Family members often have to cut back their hours or even quit their jobs entirely, which can just devastate a family's income. Then there's the emotional burnout. We're talking serious anxiety, insomnia, even depression. And finally, it creates tension. Siblings start arguing about who's doing what, and it can create these rifts that last for years. Okay, so with all that pressure, what's the solution? Is there one? Well, it starts with a really big mind shift. We have to stop seeing care as this solo obligation, this thing we have to do all alone, and start seeing it as a strategy that requires a team. And sometimes that team has to include professionals. Just look at the difference here, side by side. It's pretty stark, isn't it? On the left, when the family does it all, you've got high stress, financial strain, all of it. But on the right, with professional support, sure, the stress goes down. But look closer. The finances can actually get better. And maybe most importantly, the roles get clear again. You stop being a nurse and a scheduler, and you get to go back to just being a son, a daughter, a grandchild. You get to focus on quality time. And look, this isn't just some feel-good theory. We have actual data that shows the powerful, positive ripple effect that professional care has on the entire family. It can literally transform lives. A perfect example of this comes from a massive study in China that looked at what happened when they rolled out long-term care insurance. And what they found was that bringing in formal professional caregivers didn't just bring relief, it actually created this powerful economic engine for the families.
So here's how the engine works, you see? The insurance pays for professional care. That simple change frees up the adult children from those day-to-day duties. Suddenly, they can work more or go back to work. And it even frees up older adults who are still able to work a bit. As you can see, both of those paths lead straight to more household income for everybody.
And the results? They were absolutely incredible. Access to professional care led to a significant jump in household income. It got adult kids back into the workforce, and here's a really amazing part. Because it helped lower-income families the most, it actually helped reduce overall income inequality, a total game changer.
But here's the thing. As amazing as all that financial stuff is, it's not even the most important part. Not even close. The most profound changes, the ones that really matter, aren't the ones you can see on a bank statement. They're the ones that happen inside the family.
This is how a family starts to heal. It happens in these steps. First, you get peace of mind. That constant nagging worry in the back of your head just fades because you know your loved one is safe. Second, you can finally focus on your own health and avoid that dangerous burnout we talked about. And third, and this is the big one, you just get to be a family again. Your time shifts from doing chores to just making new memories.
So what you end up with, it's just stronger families. It's better lives for everyone involved. It's about totally redefining what it even means to care for someone in this day and age.
And this isn't just academic. Listen to this, from people at Hospice of the Piedmont who see this every single day. We have also seen families brought back into relationships with one another when they release the stress of being caretakers. When you release that stress, the love just has room to grow again. So here's the main takeaway, the big idea. Getting professional help is not giving up. It's a strategic decision. It's a power move. It lets your family hand off the tough, logistical stuff so you can focus on the one thing that nobody else can provide: your love, your support, and your connection. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. In a world that tells us we have to do it all ourselves, what if the most loving, the most responsible, the absolute best way to care for your family is to let someone else help?